a friend of mine saw me posting on Facebook about making baby food, and she wanted to know the details of how I did that, and she said she was a visual learner, so I made a video for her, and I thought I'd share it with everybody. So I'm making pears, and what I started out with was 8 pears, organic pears, and I just cored them. You don't even have to peel them or anything, and then chop them up into a pot and put them on your stove and cover them with water, and then you just bring them to a boil and then turn it down and let that simmer for about 20 minutes or so. And you want them to be soft so you can pierce them with a fork, but obviously not mush. So anyway, that's what I have here. You drain the water off. You can leave a little bit of the water because you're going to need it for mixing. And then I'm going to blend them up in a Cuisinart, but you can also do it in a blender if you don't have a Cuisinart. And so we're going to put them in. Pretty exciting. And you just use the regular Cuisinart blade that you use for most everything, so a regular mixing blade. Nothing fancy. All right, so we're going to blend them up. Check it. Pears have a lot of liquid to them, so you probably aren't going to need to add any extra of the liquid, but if you do, you'll have some left over in your pot. Okay, so it's kind of like applesauce now, consistency. Now, depending on the age of your baby, you can leave it thicker consistency, or if you need to thin it out a little bit more if they're just starting to eat. And then make sure with the pears, because I did leave the skins on, that you blend it really good so that you get all the skin blended up. So I'm going to just give it another couple minutes here. So it's really nice and smooth, and it's still pretty thick, but what I'm going to show you is how that you can freeze it, and then and then thin it out as you need for your baby. Okay, so there's 2 ways that I freeze the food so that I can use it for later. You can either use an ice cube tray, one of these you get at the dollar store. Fill the cubes like you would with water to make ice, but fill it with your pears or whatever food you're making, and then stick it in your freezer for about an hour or so, and then just pop them out, and you can store them in a Ziploc bag, a freezer bag, or a freezer Tupperware. And so that's really easy, and these are 1 ounce size. So they make it really easy to just pop out of the freezer, take it to a restaurant, or leave it on the counter to thaw for a few minutes before you're ready to feed your baby. Now the other way you can do it is by making little cookies. So this is just a regular cookie sheet, and then it's wax paper laid down on it, and then you just take your mixture, whatever you've made, and make little cookies out of them. And this is one of the reasons why you would want to leave it thicker at first. And so you just line your cookie sheet, and then you're going to stick your cookie sheet in the freezer for same thing, about an hour or so. And then when you take it out, they'll just pop right off the wax paper, and you'll have, these are some carrots I did the other day. So they're little cookie carrots pureed. Now it's the same way when you're ready to feed your baby. Just take one out, zap it in the microwave for 15 seconds or so, or heat it on the saucepan if you don't want to use the microwave. Or if you're going out to a restaurant, they're real easy just to put in a Tupperware, and by the time you get to the restaurant, it'll be thawed. And then if you have a younger baby that is just starting to eat, then you can thin it out even more for them with some pumped breast milk or rice milk, or even just water to thin it out, so they don't gag on it until they're used to it, and then you can just make it thicker according to the age of your baby. So that is really basically it for making baby food. There's really not that much to it. And so that's it.